Yo, what's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Hopefully, the start of your week is going well. Last week was not great for most people in DeFi, just a lot of issues that happened along the way. So, we'll talk a little bit about those today. I completely stayed off Telegram as much as I could, besides just quickly checking some DMs and everything like that over the weekend because everything has been terrible in DeFi. We'll talk about Drip, that's not looking good. Wolf Capital looks like it pretty much rug pulled, right? They took the money, lost it, or whatever happened there. So it looks like that pretty much happened. So several of the protocols that we have been making money with over, the last several months at least, or even the last couple of years, like considering Drip, are either dead or close to it, which is super unfortunate. Sorry, for some reason I got something in my eye as soon as I hit record. But anyway, let's just talk through the general projects that I'm in. There are a couple that are thriving, so that makes me super happy. At least I'm getting some money from some projects, but some aren't doing well at all. First off, let's just start off with something good. So last week in the Telegram, we hit 900 members. So thank you for everyone who joined the Telegram. Ask a lot of good questions. It's a really good group. We're booting people who are just getting too crazy and hateful. I like to keep an open mind and allow open dialogue in there. So if you're frustrated, no problem coming in and doing, giving some constructive criticism or whatever, but we're all in the same boat. So if you're repeatedly doing it just to complain, then, I don't want you in the group. There's plenty of other groups that will allow that to go on. Mine isn't one of them. So if you like a more balanced approach where we discuss things, hash it out, come to a determination of what we think is going to happen or what's not going to happen, and then move on to the next topic, then my group is for you. If you want to get in and complain or swear a lot or kind of get a little crazy, that's not really what my group is for. And my admins don't appreciate it, and it's as much their group as it is mine. So I'll jump in, I'll let some things fly for a while, but as soon as you start to attack my admins or anything, you're gone, period. I just don't put up with that type of stuff. So hopefully that's the type of group you're into. Anyway, I digress. We hit 900 members. I said I'd give away $90 in USDT. I did. I spun the wheel, and this is the winner. Let me bring it up on screen. So Satoshi Whales, and this is the wallet address. So I'm going to send over $90 in USDT to you, sir, and congratulations. Again, all you had to do to win that is come over here to my Delta Ventures AMA, which I had with the Algo Phil, and then just post a comment with your wallet address, kind of what you're interested in. So I do those periodically. Sometimes I do them, I announce them in the Telegram, and I don't announce them on a video if I'm not making a video at that time. So the Telegram got lucky this time. A lot of times I'll throw it in a video to get a little more traction, but a lot of people commented, a lot of people left their wallet address, so I appreciate the support. One more thing, shameless plug, getting pretty close to 6,500 subscribers. So if you watch the channel and you're liking this type of content, I got to cover lots of DeFi projects. There's tons and tons of projects that I'm turning down. They just seem too similar to stuff that hasn't done well in the past. And it could be the same bad actors, could just be that these guys are creating projects that are similar, and if it even looks or smells the same, then I'm not into it if it's rugged in the past. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm turning down, but there are some really shining stars right now that have been doing very well. Not to say they'll do well forever, because obviously we saw what happened with Wolf Capital, but Delta Ventures is doing really well. Green Figure's doing really well. So there's a handful of protocols that are seeming to pay off and seem like they can last a little while, and most of the stuff is zero Ponzi, so that's super helpful. There are a couple upcoming that I'm in talks with the devs about to get some details to see if I like them enough to make content. I don't know for sure if I'm going to, so it just depends. We will see. Obviously, you guys know I'm busy with my in real life business. I've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week to make content, and then I'll be out of town from Thursday through Sunday, and then kid goes back to school, all that type of stuff. So I'll be back in town for a little while, but just a lot of trips on the books. Some of them are for vacation. Hopefully you guys are taking some vacations, and some of them are just for work. So you know how it goes. You're pretty much working 24 hours a day when you're traveling and working. So there won't be a whole lot of time for YouTube, is what I'm trying to say. So let's get down to it. We'll just talk through a few of the projects. Drip is on the ropes. So right now it is under 4 cents. I don't know if I can see the full price on here. It doesn't look like I can. But yeah, everything is not really looking good. Triple D, it just isn't getting the traction that it was. And in my eyes, it won't get very much traction when the price is super low like this, because if you're looking at winning a max wallet and just continually putting in to win a max wallet, when Drip is 3.8 cents or whatever it is, a max wallet isn't really that much. I mean, I think just rough math, I think it's less than $1,500 to buy a Max wallet. And I dropped $300 or so last week just on drip, drop, draw. And for me, like, I could double that up, and I could quickly buy a Max wallet. So if I'm thinking that, then a lot of other people are thinking that, and why play if it's so cheap? So we do need to figure out what's going to happen with drip. I think drip, drop, draw, unfortunately, downside of it is it's just not super helpful when the price is low. I feel like if the price was 25, 35 cents, $1, people are excited because a Max wallet is, a sizable amount of money that they could win for just putting in $1 for a ticket. When they're putting in $1 for a ticket and the prices aren't that big, then it's not going to be that great. So I don't think we're going to see a tremendous amount of traction with drip, drop, draw with the price so low. And because of that, I think unfortunately the price will continue to go lower. And some of you guys will say, oh, don't talk negative or whatever. I'm just trying to be real. I've been super positive about the price and about the potential really for the price to go up over time because of all the new developments. I just think it's a little bit too little too late. So super frustrating. It's not that drip's gonna die. Obviously the smart contract's out there. It's been running for a super long time. But it may be a scenario where this thing just kind of has to get rebuilt, and maybe a bull market will be the only next thing to keep it going. It's down to the point where you're basically the same price as Furio, and Furio I would consider mostly dead. So, it's in that same spot. ARC, which I would consider mostly dead, is double the price of drip right now. More than double. I think it's up at 11 cents, and so this is, like I said, 3.8. So it's probably like triple the price, which of course is not good. The one benefit to drip to those other protocols is that you can accumulate enough to compound and have it make sense, or you can accumulate enough to claim and have like a halfway decent claim. In those other ones, there's set amounts that you can accumulate, and maybe it's every 24 hours. It just makes it so it's not worth it to compound, or not worth it to claim, because the gas fees are higher than what you're actually getting. So there's still some upside here, but there's going to be battle back. I don't want to throw too many price predictions out there. There's something that I want to happen. That's obviously for the price to go up. Logic tells me the price is going to continue to fall as people just sell to get their way out of there. So I hate to say it, but I would not be surprised at all if drip is a cent or less by the end of the month. So it's tough to hear. I'm nowhere close to ROIing. I'm several $1,000s off ROIing on my first wallet, and then a bunch on my next wallet. So I'm still probably 10 grand in the hole. It is what it is. Felt like I made a lot of good content, definitely supported the project, brought in a lot of referrals, tried to do things the right way. And it's pretty frustrating. I had to have a talk with my father last night about what to do with his drip account. He recently maxed out. The price is super, super low. And at this point, it looks like he'll never even get remotely close to getting his money back out of the protocol. So that's super bad. He bought all the dips and, tried to average everything out, kept compounding, always did the right actions, but he's, more than 20 grand in. And at these prices, there's no scenario where he could even get close to break even. So super frustrating. All I think I can do is hope that the price goes back up, because again, I'm nowhere near ROI. I know a lot of the haters in the comments think that I'm just trying to pull liquidity out of people by making content. I've never ROI'd from this. I know there's a lot of people who got in early. I got in December of 2021, so earlier than a lot of people, but not early enough. I need to probably get in 4 or 5 months before then to make money. But a lot of people made millions. There's a ton of people who made tens of thousands of dollars. I wasn't one of them. Like I said, I'm still probably 10 grand in the negative. So we'll see what happens. I know in the background, I'm working with some groups to see what we could do, about the surplus of drip that we have out there, see if we could buy it up, trying some different tactics. So certainly not giving up on it right now, but the way the price is, let's just be honest, it's not looking good. And unfortunately, with the price so low, DDD is not going to actually be a solution to help out. We need higher prices for this to be more worth it to people to jump in. Otherwise, players just aren't going to be that active. We're not going to get the type of participation that we want. So it is what it is. Hoping for the best, preparing for the worst. Next up, we saw a big surge in pigs, so that's good news. Up to 25.49. I've only got about 100 left. I did sell some off a little while back to purchase into some other stuff. That turned out to be a pretty good decision for me, because it was, I forget what we were at. It was about $25. So the surge back, I know there's a few people who bought that low dip and then, we're now sitting pretty. So congratulations to them. Dogs are not looking good. We're still at $3.31. And I've still got a lot of them staked, but they're not really earning much for me here. I've got 222 in auto compounding and 400 in linear. So At this moment, I'm not really adding to those positions. I think this may be a scenario where if Animal Farm can hold on, it's going to do really, really well in the bull market. But I think we still have a lot of time before that happens. No one truly knows when the bull market's going to happen. There's plenty of people who are dead set on their predictions, but people are often wrong. But the most likely scenario is maybe something in the second half of 2024, or maybe rounding out to the first half of 2025, but we'll see. On to the Speakeasy Drinks protocol. This one has been doing well. I was able to actually make my claim yesterday and sell off some of my tokens. It may be a decent amount, but so far so good. I'm just slowly getting back my ROI. For the first, I think, 2 weeks, I just let it ride. I continue to let it ride to build up my balance, and now I'll kind of be alternating claims or whatever. I got to kind of watch the overall contract balance to make sure I'm getting to the break-even point and then see where I'm going from there. But so far so good with Speakeasy Drinks. BigWhale.io looking solid. I am considering adding more to this. I originally jumped in just to play with it and threw in a B&B. Then I wanted to be able to claim at least once a week, so I threw in an extra 0.5 because you need to have 0.1 B&B to actually claim. So I'm coming up on being able to do that. Looks like I have 0.097, so in 10 hours it's going to allocate me more, and then I could do a claim. I may claim and then add the rest. If I do that, maybe I'll do a video on it, talk again about BigWhale.io, because so far solid protocol and it seems to be paying out consistently. So thinking about adding a couple more B&B here just to up my total output and see how it goes. Snyperfund also doing well. Right now I've got 5078 available, so I'm probably going to claim that. The contract balance is still up at just about 80,000, which isn't too bad. It was up at about 115, and then it just slowly began to chip down. So people are claiming, which is fine. I have got an extra 50 here, so I'll be about 880. Of course, you have to factor in the 280 basically that I have in referral rewards, which would mean I've got about 600 back of the 1,000. So I'm about 60% to ROI, and I'm just jumping in here every couple days and claiming. I think for me at this point, because it's really set up like a miner, it's going to be important for me to get my initial back. So instead of compounding right now, I'm just in claim mode. No big issue. I think this protocol will run its course, but it's actually done pretty well. I mean, total deposited 160K, that's solid. TVL is still about 50% of that, which is good. There's no emergency on stake or anything like that, so I'm not worried about it, waking up tomorrow and having it be gone. So far so good. On to Delta Ventures. So I did an AMA with Algo Phil the other day. It was pretty solid AMA, pretty happy with the results. If you want to go watch it, you can. It looks like the average daily return has dropped a little bit, which is what you expect for more capital. They did make some changes. There is a cap of $1 million on this one, and then it will allow people to compound up to 2 million. But I think it's good that they capped it so they can try to generate solid returns. I mean, this is amazing. It's like almost unbelievable amazing. So I'm not surprised at all that it's dropping as more capital comes in, but man, if they can keep this anywhere above 1%, I will be super, super stoked. But made a big claim the other day, super happy with it. I added additional money. After I made the claim, I put part of it back in. So it gives me about $37.50 that I've got in here, which is earning me a pretty solid amount over the 14 days of the lockup period. Again, don't forget, if you ever want your money back, you can do a withdrawal request and get your funds back. So that's nice. They've been super transparent so far. So far this is working really good. Wolf Capital, I don't even have up. I closed it down. Wolf Capital sounds like it was a rug. Toward the end, they started to make a lot of changes. I mean, obviously, when you're dealing with a protocol that has like a set ROI, not like this one, which is giving you the average return or the variable return, then it's really hard to actually meet those percentages. They weren't able to. They went from 2 to 1.5 to 1.1. And then eventually started doing some weird stuff with the NFTs and everything, which would have been fine if they were trading and the copy trading would have been valid for everybody, but it just kind of took a turn for the worse. In the end, I still had probably $1,200 that was trapped in there that got rugged. Really wish I would have kind of leaned into the red flags a little bit earlier and just pulled everything out and been happy with the profits that I made. Obviously, anyone who got in early, as long as you had some sort of reasonable claim schedule, you made your money back and were in profit. People who got in late are the people who got screwed here. Next up, quick update on Green Figures. Green Figures has been doing well. From what I understand, there's a lot of people that have been requesting to pull their funds out because of what they saw with Wolf Capital, which is fine by me because it's actually better. If a lower amount is locked, I think that the trend will actually perform a little bit better, do a little bit better on the trading and the percentages. So I'm good with that. Right now, I'm content with my 5,500 that I put in here, and I'm just sitting back on this one. They had some issues with, I think, their brokerage or something like that. I read about it, but it sounds like they already got it solved. So performance may have been a dip down a little bit last week because they weren't able to trade all the funds. To my understanding, George and team have got it all figured out, so they should be back up on top this week. And last thing we'll cover is Classic Miner. Honestly, this protocol is a little confusing to me. I had my funds in here, and I had heard some weird stuff about when people are redepositing, it was actually dropping their daily ROI. So instead of making additional deposits, I just sat back and waited. And I was letting my my balance of BNB build up, and it got higher and higher, got to 2.5%. And then one day I started noticing it was lowering. And so that was super weird to me. I'm not even sure how that happens. So I decided to claim. Of course, that dropped my ROI, and I've just kind of been letting it build up. So this one's been interesting because even when I go into the group, I'm seeing people dead set on doing the strategies different ways. And then everyone has a reason for why that strategy doesn't work. So in the end, the tokenomics of this one have just started to confuse me. So I'm not exactly sure how I want to play this one. But I may just start playing with it. I mean, I've got a little over half back, and then once I put this in, I'll have 60% or something like that back of what I put in, which is solid, about 2/3 back. And then I just need to figure out how to either boost this. Do I make another deposit? Do I compound to add more miners here? What exactly do I do to keep my percentage higher? This was up at, I don't know, 215 BNB or something, so slowly working its way down, which of course is to be expected. So this one, I'm probably going to build this up to where it's at least like half a BNB or something, maybe 0.6 if I can, and then claim. So I've got at least 3, and then I'll have 75% back, and then I'll just figure out what to do from there. So hoping that I end up playing this one right, and I built it up enough that I can continue to claim this contract balance based on the way these miners work and your daily percentage drops. This contract balance will slow the dropping, because as people start to claim, it reduces their percentage. So this could last for a while. I'm just hoping it lasts long enough for me and all you guys to make a decent profit here. But anyway, life in the DeFi space has been crazy. There's more to talk about, but that's all I have time for today. If you like this type of content, don't forget to smash the like, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll bring some good new projects here soon. I'm just going to be super nitpicky about what I find, and hopefully this stuff's really solid. Some of the stuff we've been working on lately has been going really well. Some of the older stuff is just falling apart, and it's super sad to see. But unfortunately, that is just kind of the tone that's going on in DeFi right now. But hope everyone is going to have a super good week this week. I know last week was a little challenging, so always nice to have a good bounce back week. But I want to say that I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll do some more contests here soon. I think the $90 one got some good traction, so I'll keep trying to do stuff similar to that to keep the engagement up, try to bring a little fun and excitement to the space. But thanks for watching, guys. Happy investing.